You see this ligature marks?
Yeah.
This is 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton. She's just been found dead inside her home in Aberdeen, Maryland. Her hands are tied. A cord is wrapped around her neck. The man who found her is her fiance, 22-year-old Enrique.
I'm coming revive her, because I just coming from my job.
You can't touch her or anything right now.
Can't touch her.
I touched her.
Before anyone else arrived, he moved her. Whatever was left behind is already compromised. In her final moments, Kayla made a call, but it doesn't connect. It goes straight to voicemail. The recording ends up on Enrique's phone. Inside that room, her phone is gone. 6 $1 bills are missing from her wallet. Everything else is still there, but those $6 don't disappear. They show up somewhere else. And they lead to someone no one was looking at. But it's not who you think. Officers arrive at a mobile home in Aberdeen, Maryland on July 27, 2022. Inside, a young woman has been found unconscious.
Where's she at? She's
inside. Take a right.
And almost immediately, EMS personnel realize it's too late, and the condition she is found in does not look accidental.
You can't do nothing.
No, there's nothing to do. She's been down for too long. We went in, and if there was anything that we could do to bring her back, we would have. But listen to me. Okay. She's been gone too long.
The man who called 911 is her fiance. 22-year-old Enrique Ortiz is struggling to keep up. There is a language barrier. Every answer is taking longer than it should. The investigator asks about underlying conditions.
All to some PTSD or something like this.
She has PTSD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's normally, so...
Okay, so me a question. Does she take medication for her PTSD?
No.
Okay. Does she use drugs?
No.
It's just a question I have to ask.
2 years, we be together for 2 years. We don't do nothing, drugs, alcohol, nothing.
The victim, 22-year-old Kayla Hamilton, is dead. Enrique says it doesn't look natural. He thinks someone did this.
No, somebody come and kill her, really. I don't know. There's another guy out here. I think I be like a suspicious to him. I don't know what's going on.
Enrique found Kayla on the floor.
You see this ligature marks?
Yeah.
So
I just coming from my job. I don't know what's going on.
The scene is already compromised. Before calling the police, Enrique unties her hands and removes the cord from her neck, disturbing whatever evidence was left behind.
You can do anything.
you can't touch her or anything right now.
Can't touch her.
I touched her.
We know. But just don't touch her anymore.
Because the problem is when you touch things in here, that points things to
I
you.
come and revive her, because I just coming from my job.
I got you.
Kayla's purse is open on the floor. One of the drawers has been gone through, but her cards are still there. Other phones are still inside the room. Hers isn't. And from her wallet, 6 $1 bills are gone. For 2 years, the couple had been renting a room in the mobile home. Kayla was high-functioning autistic. A Sephora employee, she was completely independent. She had just moved with Enrique all the way from Virginia.
I don't know, we really different. We don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't do nothing. We just work, buy a car, we just buy a car. And we try and get married this year.
Inside the home, she followed a specific routine. When she was alone, she stayed in her room. The door was locked with a towel placed underneath. The only time she would unlock it was on laundry day. If someone knocked, she didn't answer. She called her fiancé instead. Every time.
What? Did she have a voice message? What did she get? Did she leave you a voice message or something?
Yes, I just...
What did it? Is
It's
it in
nothing,
Spanish?
it's nothing. She don't say nothing. Somebody got her.
Can I hear that?
You have to take me. When somebody knocked the door, I know that, and she coming and lock. so see who it is. When he saw that guy or something like this, she called me. So she was having time to call me. You understand? So she called me, but I didn't answer, so.
There was a knock at the door. Kayla called Enrique, but the call didn't connect. It went to voicemail, and whatever happened next was captured. Kayla is heard struggling, and right at the very end, there's something else. Another voice. It's faint, but it's there.
Did he show you this voice message?
He did.
Okay, it's just like screaming and... I don't know if it's screaming or...
It sounds like she's choking.
Yeah.
No. And there's a person talking at the end of it.
Okay.
But her phone doesn't seem to be here.
Okay.
I'm having him ping it.
The one moment that matters most is the one they can't clearly make out.
At the end of this voice message, did you hear like a voice at the end of the voice message talking?
No, somebody say like a core or something like this. Core.
Cord?
Core.
Cord?
Yeah. Core, yeah.
There's another complication. They rent a room in the home. Multiple people have access to the rooms inside. Officers question everyone who lives in the house. While all of them have alibis, they reveal one thing out of the ordinary that day.
So I guess the laundry room has a door on the back side of the house.
Okay.
So that's what they're saying, that door was open.
The back door of the trailer is unlocked. Residents say they were told never to use it, and no one can explain why. On this day, it wasn't secured. Amid the investigation, officers realize a resident is missing, a new housemate who moved into the home a few days ago.
Nobody knows the guy's name? Nobody knows the guy's name?
No, I don't know.
What does he look like?
Huh?
What does he look like?
John, like me.
And when I come to work, he goes
When he coming from the job.
No one knows much about him. No routine, no real background, not even how long he's actually been staying there. And now, he is gone. At the same time, investigators try to track Kayla's phone. It leads nowhere. The one thing that could have shown exactly what happened is missing. Then later that day, surveillance from a nearby home shows movement inside the trailer. Someone enters, then leaves, then comes back again. The second time he returns, Enrique is already at work. That final return lines up almost perfectly with the window of the attack, just before 11 a.m. Roughly 30 minutes later, he's seen leaving again. No one else appears on camera entering or leaving, just one person, the new housemate, 16-year-old Walter Martinez. He hasn't gone far.
Possible suspect, right over there. Like right around the corner.
Jesus, criminy Christ. What?
Yeah, I think it's the, it might be the roommate or something that they found. I don't know.
Detectives move quickly to apprehend him. The team doesn't run. He doesn't resist. During the most critical window, when Kayla was attacked, he's the only person who cannot be accounted for. So Walter is brought in for questioning. Meanwhile, surveillance begins to fill in more details of his whereabouts. Cameras capture him leaving the area in a black car. Detectives track the vehicle to Walter's older half-brother, and just like that, the gap in the timeline starts to close. The brother tells police that Walter asked for a ride, saying he wanted to change his life and leave drugs and alcohol behind. His half-brother picks him up with a friend. Not long after, the three are seen inside a Target store. They move through the aisles like anyone else. They seem to be blending in, until one small detail stands out: a purchase. Walter selects a pair of earrings. At the register, he pays in cash, 6 $1 bills, the exact amount missing from Kayla's wallet. Back at the station, detectives begin the interview carefully. Walter is a suspect, but he's also a minor, which changes how they approach him. He tells them he arrived in the United States just 3 to 4 months earlier.
And do you remember where you came into the United States?
Texas border.
He's undocumented, having crossed the border illegally. But due to his age, he's processed as an unaccompanied minor. He explains that his family paid smugglers to bring him across. And with that, the case begins to take on a deeper, more complicated layer. Walter is not a suspect. Police discover he has ties to a gang in El Salvador, MS-13. The gang requires ritualistic killing, torture, and various crimes for initiation.
Have you ever gone into any of your roommates' bedrooms at any time? Or have they ever invited you into their rooms?
No. Yeah, he said he's never been into the room without their permission, or he's never been invited. The only time that he's had contact with them, he'll knock on a door to take their clothes out of the dryer so he can wash his clothes, the washer and dryer so he can wash his clothes.
So he's never physically been inside any other roommates' bedrooms?
No, inside, never.
Never.
Solo nomás la puerta así llegar.
Oh, just by the door, and that's it.
Walter claims he has never been inside any of the rooms and barely knows the people he lives with. At least, that's the version he sticks to. But when detectives shift to his timeline, the certainty fades. He can describe the start of the day, yet when it matters most, when he leaves, the details begin to slip. All he can clearly place is meeting his brother.
He said he can't remember if it's 11 or 12, but he went out with his brother. So the earrings he had on today, he had just bought them. He bought 3 pairs of his earrings. He does not remember the store.
Throughout the interview, the detective leans on a subtle tactic, keeping his tattoos visible. It is a quiet way to build familiarity and lower the guard in the room. But across from him, Walter stays locked in, arms folded, posture closed, giving nothing away and keeping that distance firmly in place. Then, unexpectedly, Walter asks a question.
He's wondering if he can go back to the room. He'll be able to live in the same place. Oh, the reason he's asking because someone told him that one of the residents had passed away. So if she was in danger, he doesn't want to be in danger also.
It is a strange moment. On the surface, it sounds like someone caught in the middle of something they don't understand. But underneath, it raises a different possibility. People who don't know what happened don't usually ask if it's safe to go back. The detectives don't react. Instead, they move on to questioning him about Enrique and his fiancée, whether Walter saw them that day.
He saw her this morning around 8 when he woke up.
And where was she?
Okay, she was going towards the living room. This morning at 8 o'clock, she was walking out of her room.
And what was he doing?
What was he doing? Mm-hmm. He was doing his laundry.
So she came out into the common area and he's doing his laundry. Where did she go from there?
She went back inside her room. And after that, he didn't see her.
Eventually, the interview ends. And despite everything said, very little actually lands. Throughout the entire conversation, Walter remains calm, almost untouched by what's happened. DNA swabs are obtained and he is released. But outside that room, the case is already moving forward. Footage places him at the scene during the critical window, and while DNA is collected, the results take time to process. However, because of his age, Walter isn't held like an adult. He's placed in a foster home, attending school as if nothing has changed, despite being tied to a homicide investigation. It takes 6 months for any evidence to come against Walter, and when it does, it removes any remaining doubt. DNA recovered from Kayla's body and clothing is a direct match to the one person already placed at the scene, Walter Martinez. Eventually, Walter pleads guilty, but not only to Kayla's murder. He confesses to more violence and victims, 4 murders, 2 rapes, and various other unspecified crimes. On August 21st, 2024, Walter Javier Martinez was sentenced to 70 years in prison for the first-degree murder of Kayla Hamilton. Because he was a juvenile at the time of the 2022 crime, the Maryland judge issued a life sentence with all but 70 years suspended. During the proceedings, the court considered his MS-13 gang ties and chilling jailhouse letter where he admitted to previous murders in El Salvador. He remains under an active ICE detainer for deportation should he ever be released. In the end, The outcome still doesn't feel like closure, just confirmation of how far the case really went. Kayla Hamilton lost her life over $6. She remained a fighter till the end. If you found this breakdown compelling, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cases.